So if you're a new sports trainer, you're a new program looking to sign more athletes and wondering how to do that, in today's episode, I'm going to be explaining how to double your signups each year, each season, so that you can never have to worry about searching around everywhere for athletes. This type of content or this strategy is going to give you the easy tools to make that happen. So let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? So before we continue with the podcast, I just want to let you know how we got this podcast in the first place, all right? So when we were looking to create one, we needed something that was simple to use, right? We needed something that had all the buttons in one place. We didn't want to have to download different softwares to figure out how to record, how to edit, that sort of thing. And so what we use is Anchor. Now with Anchor, you can upload your podcast to Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more, all right? And it is totally free. There's nothing to pay for at all. You don't even need to put down your credit card to sign up, anything like that, all right? Everything you need in one place. So with the podcast, again, you can distribute it, you can edit, you can whatever you need to do with it. It is totally all free in one place, all right? So all you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, guys, this is the place to be if you want to make a podcast. You want to earn money with it too. You can create ads on there as well, just like this one, and you can start earning money right away. There's no minimum listenership at all. You go straight to creating an ad and earning money right away from the very first episode. So again, all you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. And let's get back to the episode. So the point with most social media content, as you might know, is to let people know what type of brand you have and try to get people to understand who you are from everybody else and try to get to understand you as a brand, as a coach, as a team. So really with step one is to really think about who you are as a coach, who you are as an organization, right? That's the first thing you want to think about because that's going to ultimately lead you to what type of content do you want to create and what style do you want to show in that content. And a perfect example of that is what's going on at Colorado right now with Deion Sanders. I mean, everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows his style, and it's not hard to differentiate or try to figure out what his style is because he blatantly tells you and unapologetic about it. And he lets you know from the jump what kind of person he is and what his style is. And so if you have something like that in a coach or something like that in a program, and usually that attitude comes from a coach, then you need to be showing that in the style of content you create. So step one is going to be figuring out who you are and what you have as a program, as an organization. And so once you figure out who you are as a trainer, who you are as a sports program, then start to think about what type of content can you create that shows that. So for example, maybe showing the behind the scenes of putting together a training session if you're a private trainer, or, one of your coaches, if you're a sports organization, breaking down a drill to kind of show their personality and how they explain things to athletes. That's the biggest thing you want to really think about is how can I share who I am, what I do. So you want to make sure that you're able to still show yourself and reveal who you are to people, but of course in a way that you're still comfortable things that you're putting out there online, because understanding that privacy is important and not sharing every little minute detail that might put you in jeopardy or put an athlete in jeopardy, anything like that. And the reason why this is so important and why this is going to double your signups is because you want your social media to be a salesperson for you, right? You want it to be a recruiter for you. And if you're putting out content that's sharing your personality and sharing who you are as an organization, who you are as a coach, as a private trainer, you're just allowing people to basically go on that recruiting tour or that open house that people have, because that's all it is, right? You're just trying to introduce people to who you are and talk to them and get to know them and have them know, like, and trust you. That's the big thing, is the know, like, and trust factor. So if you're able to create content that already makes people feel that way about you before even physically meeting you or physically coming into your building, then you're already a big step ahead in front of everybody else, because they can kind of see themselves training with you before you even had a word with them.
you're not out there chasing as many athletes anymore. You don't have to put up banners and signs all around your town. People are coming to you because they've seen what you do. They see who you are. They see your values and what you care about and how you coach up kids and things like that, to where you don't have to come to them. They just come to you and they already feel comfortable. And all you have to do now is just make sure that they see the same you that they're seeing on social media. Once they feel like this is the man or the woman that they saw on social media, then they feel comfortable, parents feel comfortable, and it just snowballs from there. And then also part 2 of this would be having, some highlight videos, again, showing what practice is like, showing what the games are like, showing what a hour-long session might be with you or with your organization or even your camp, especially because people want to know what they're getting into, right? Nowadays, you don't want to just go off a whim and trust somebody, especially if you're a parent. You want to make sure that you're leaving your child with, someone that's going to protect them and keep them comfortable and give them all the provided tools that they need when they're at the camp. Are they doing crazy drills? Are they feeding the kids? Are they giving them water? Those are small things that you can show in your videos that will make people feel comfortable with you without even really thinking about it. They're like, oh wow, they really care about athletes and they're really looking to build them up. And I can see that by the way they're running their camps from these highlight videos. So first is, again, creating content that dives deeper and shows who you are as an organization, who you are as a coach trainer. Then after that, you want to start thinking about content that highlights the things that you do in order to show people the experience that they're going to come into. You don't want to just tell people, trust me, we've been doing this for a long time. This is what we do. This is who we are. Well, I don't know that. Why am I going to sit there and just trust you and feel like, yeah, coach, you've been doing this for a long time, but yeah, you've been doing this for a long time, and the old ways were kind of crazy, and there's a lot more research that has come out since then, and the way you're doing it or the way I think that you're going to do it is something that I don't want to be a part of. So showing that is like, okay, I see what you mean by that. I can trust you, and now I'm going to come in to talk to you more, just to ask a couple questions, versus you have to give them a whole sales presentation to get them to understand you. And we talk about it a lot on this podcast, and honestly, we're probably going to continue to talk about it, but it also helps you differentiate yourself and show the type of athletes that maybe aren't a good fit for your program, right? Because you can be a great trainer, you can be a great sports organization, but you might not be for everybody. And if you can create content that shows who you are and shares, your values and your beliefs and how you run your camps, then it'll keep certain athletes away from your program that maybe won't be a good fit. And you don't have to have that conversation later on with a parent or have that conversation with an athlete saying like, yeah, this isn't a good fit. You need to go find somewhere else. And it just saves all the drama. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally point to them and say, I told you how this camp's going to be. I told you how I run my team. You can share these things through your content, and it paints a clear picture. Like, if you're not ready for this, don't come. If you have a certain attitude, you're not going to work out here. We like to have fun here. We don't take competition as seriously as the team down the street. Let them go down the street. Like, I think a lot of people nowadays just want every athlete and want to just fit in with everybody. But if you realize like, hey, look, I don't think you're going to have a good time here. I don't think that I'm going to be able to coach you in the way that I want to coach, then it just makes everybody's life easier. So that's another great benefit of, again, creating this content that's going to keep those athletes that you want to keep, but also push away those athletes that you don't need to be dealing with. And honestly, a little quick bonus tip for all this content that you're creating and sharing, you want to create short form videos. And these are videos from anywhere from about, let's say, 5 seconds to anywhere to like 30 seconds or even 45-second videos. Like, short form videos work across all platforms, and this is honestly the first time in a while and in a very long time that one style of content works for pretty much every social media channel. So that's a little bonus tip. So for example, if you're filming a training session and a coach is having to stop and coach up a player and kind of like talk to them a little bit, film that. Have somebody film that, because that's a moment that can be shared on social media and show the style of coaching that that coach brings to a sports team or to a camp that is valuable, very valuable. So instead of just creating highlight videos all the time, keep those clips, because those clips are going to really be the differentiator between you and someone else holding an iPhone just saying, go, stop, go, good work, good work. Like, that's not telling me anything. That's not helping me out. And a little bonus tip, and this is something that people would charge you to consult with you and to give you a strategy session on. But also with these short clips, you want to caption them, because when you caption them, then people are going to usually read them on mute first and then decide to actually listen to your voice. So if you're scrolling through Instagram and you see something that says like, do these 5 drills to become a better point guard, I'm going to look at that and see that hook at the very beginning, and I'm going to read the rest. And then if they're kind of reading your captions and you're kind of breaking it down in a way that they are curious to learn more, then you're going to hook them and keep them, and then they're going to want to go into your profile, see more. Once they see more, they end up following you. Once they follow you, they realize like, hey, I could really use this coach's help. I can really be a part of this organization. Then I'm going to learn more about them, and I'm going to actually sign up for something. That's kind of how that pipeline kind of runs, right? So first you create, let's say, 10-second video on a coach that's breaking down a drill, right? So then the athlete goes on social media, sees that, goes through couple of different more videos, decides to follow, doesn't sign up for anything yet, right? Then he decides, okay, it's time for me to get a trainer. It's time for me to sign up for a sports organization because the season's about to come up. You know what? What's that Instagram that I found a couple weeks ago that is on top of my head now because I keep seeing their videos over and over again on my feed? Let me go ahead and sign up for that team. Let me go ahead and ask my mom or my dad to sign me up for that team. Let me sign up with that coach. Let me sign my child up for that trainer because I've been watching their content and they seem like a great fit for my athlete. Or if I'm an athlete, I feel like I'm a great fit for that team and that coach really resonates with me. I'm going to go ahead and sign up now. So this might be a process, right? This is going to be a process that's weeks down the road that is going to take some time to build. But once you build that, and you keep building it, then you're going to see that there's going to be seasons where you don't have to ask anybody to sign up. Like you can put out one flyer saying, all right, sign-ups are open. And then it might be a week later where you can't sign any more athletes. Like, hey guys, I'm sorry, you have to wait till next season because you already had athletes waiting for you and you didn't even realize. And that's what happens when you create this type of content that's, again, explaining to people who you are, who your organization is. Why should I come sign up for you and even give you a chance to talk to me? And that's how you double your signups every single season, every single camp, whatever it is that you do. So that's just a little bit to think about. Let me know what you think about these tips. Let me know if you need to get more explanation on it or you want more tips and more different ways of attracting more athletes into your programs. Thank you for listening. This is Sport of Business Podcast, and I will see you on the next one.